I felt like deflated. I was just tired. I was fucking tired. I was tired. That on my 25th birthday, CPS decided to remove Moon from me and put him in CPS custody with temporary custody by his dad. So it was CPS ordered. CPS had custody of our child, and they put him in the home of his dad. Yes, that's exactly what happened on my 25th birthday. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I was devastated. When I turned him in, I died. I hadn't talked to my brothers in like 2 years, and like this is how me and all my brothers and my dad became all one unit again. So when my dad passed away, missed custody case, it was a big deal for me. So I was defeated. I was in postpartum. I just had left a toxic relationship. I was toxic. I didn't even recognize myself in the fucking mirror. And I wasn't fighting for my son. Anything that the court asked me to do, it was like, bitch, I don't give a fuck. Like, I literally just did not give a fuck for 3 months. And then I think one day my mom just kind of like shook me and was like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, fight. What are you doing? You're just gonna let this happen? Like, you're just gonna, like, I was deflated. I was derailed. I just can't even. So yes, it sucks to say, you don't want to bash anybody, but you are, like my therapist said, you are what you allow. I allowed that. I'm a shitty person. I was shitty. This was like I felt like, bitch, I deserve this. This is how down bad I was. And my son being in the system and me having to do all these fucking shits, and people still tell you that you're fucking crazy, you're a narcissist, you're an abuser, and to finally hear counselors and therapists that actually advocate for you and say like, yeah, maybe you are a victim turn aggressor. Maybe you did go through some shit. Like, it was hard for me to not beat myself up. So when I finally recognize that I am the behavior I allowed this to happen. And you talk to, like, how embarrassing it is to date nowadays, and people like be like, oh, how long did you know your baby daddy? 3 fucking months, bitch. And that was my choice. I planned that. We planned that. Like, what? That sounds crazy. Like, and I didn't realize all this till I hit therapy, bro. So I got sober for fucking like a year and a half. I did break my sobriety when my dad passed. That was in my court papers. I did fuck up. I came clean about it. My dad fucking died. They didn't want to fucking give me my son back ahead of time. Like, it was just a lot. It was a lot. Okay, this is everything that happened. I've never talked about this. Never probably gonna talk about it again. But I just want y'all to know this is exactly what the fuck happened. So I didn't have my son for a year and 2 months. When I mean like actual custody, like him being out of CPS custody. But I did have which I fought for. I got a really good lawyer, $10,000, Rodeo Drive. It was Dre Law Firm. Shout out to them. They fucking put me on a gag order, put the said party on a gag order. Like, made me shut the fuck up for quite some time. It was insane. And just told me to get my shit together. And basically, when you start a CPS case, you kind of have to prove that said party is all lies. So I had to prove that I'm a good mom, was a shitty partner. The two things don't correlate. That's literally what I had to prove. And I proved it. And I was so sober. A bitch started church. A bitch was reading Bibles. Like, shit changed my life. And then when we got to the end of the custody case, it was to the point that CPS was still not on my side because of how much I fucked up in the beginning, which is fine. And that being in the system, it made me realize how much people really give up because it is such a fucked up system. So I can see why it drains some people, if that makes sense. But when it came to our custody last hearing, I was very already defeated. I just kind of just wanted to have some type of say in his life. And said party was still fighting for full custody, wouldn't allow me to bring any partner. Like, mind you, this motherfucker would bring X, Y, and Z, have people on drop off and pick up to antagonize me. The one time I bring someone around that I was dating, because literally it was my dad's funeral, he got so mad that I brought someone with me. Mind you, like, obviously I'm gonna have my partner with me. My dad's funeral, he's like, he can't be around him, he needs a background check, when X, Y, and Z and the whole YouTube community didn't need a background check. And the fact that, like, a lot of people didn't know that it was a CPS case, and he said he had full custody when he never did. Mind you, we were drug testing the entire time when we were doing the CPS case, lied to the court saying that he wasn't drinking when he was drinking. And the reason why he started getting drug tested more is because said friends posted a whole TikTok of them chugging buzz balls in Disneyland, and my lawyer saw it and then used it in court, and then he had to get drug tested more. And then he said he wasn't drinking and then got a whole DUI in our court case. And this is why was a big factor that I won. You can't call me a drunkie when you're over here getting DUIs. So let's talk about it. I'm so tired of being like the bad parent when said stuff was like insane. And this is all public record. You can look that hoe up. So whatever, we had our custody case. CPS was not on my side. My lawyers still decided to fight it. We fought it. He wanted full custody, didn't get full custody. I got 50-50. Which I wanted 50-50. I wanted more times because I don't feel like your parents should be raising our kid. This was our biggest problem in our relationship. But I've learned through therapy that just because people don't parent the same as you doesn't make them bad parents. And that's just the life I'm gonna live. And that's my peace of mind. And I won our custody case, and he still objected. Like, what? Like, the narcissist was trying to take when you've taken so much. So yes, that's exactly what happened. There's other characters and other information in that, but yes, I smacked him. Yes, but I didn't fucking fuck someone up our entire, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say I'm abusive. Yes, I've learned to keep my hands on myself. Someone calls me a bitch, and I just kind of laugh now. The inside of me wants to crash out, but I won't. You know what I'm saying? So yes, I don't care if you call me lunatic because I was treated bad and my only response was to fucking hit somebody. Like, the fuck? And that's what happened. And people didn't know how to separate being in a fucked up relationship and then being a mom. Being a bad mom was something that I never was. Never was. So that's it. And